Hello! Time to get into your hula hoop. Let's go ahead and get a hula hoop about where your hip is, your hip crease or so. Put it on the ground on a yoga mat, somewhere comfortable, and let's meet in child's pose. You can go ahead and put your feet inside the hula hoop. You can make your legs wide as the hula hoop if you'd like, and then your hands will go outside of the hoop towards the front of your mat. Think about sitting into your hips. Breathing in through the belly up to the chest and out your mouth. You can maybe rest your chin on your hula hoop perhaps. And stretch long in your arms, grounding into your fingertips. Extending long through the side body while you also push a little bit back into your hips. Your inner thighs drawing towards one another and back. Your spine long, your neck an extension of your spine so your gaze is looking down at your mat. On your next inhale, let's go ahead and rise into hands and knees. Your hands will be outside of the hula hoop and your toes are still inside of the hoop. Do cat and cow pose. Inhale your chest through your arms, gaze up. And exhale, round your spine. Inhale your chest through your arms. And belly to spine, exhale as you round. Inhale, gaze to the sky, butt back. And exhale, round. One more as we inhale, shoulder blades down the back, gaze up. And exhale, round. Let's find a neutral spine, neutral hips, square hips to the front of the mat. And then we'll take some circles here with our hips as wide as the hula hoop. Round. Inhale forward and exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. And we'll reverse. Inhale forward, exhale. And one more this way. Now let's take some smaller circles with our hips one way, kind of as if your hips were tracing the hula hoop. And around the other way. Shoulder blades down the back, shoulder heads down the back as well. Collarbone broad to the front of the room. Heart lifting to the sky. Grounding through your pointer finger and thumb. Let's do another cat and cow here. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, gaze to the sky. And this time as you exhale, keep your feet inside the hula hoop and ground through your toes as we lift our knees off the ground, hips to the sky. You can go ahead, if your heels can make it, you can put your heels on your hula hoop, kind of pedal out the feet. Inner thighs lifting together towards one another, towards the back of the room, creating a wider sacrum. Arms long, your ears in between your elbows. Feeling length through the spine, feeling a lift in your armpits. And feeling a nice stretch and elongation in the hamstrings. Now let's step just a little bit forward so our heels can be placed on the ground as we walk our hands back. Grab that hula hoop, shift it back as we fold over our legs, bending at the hips, belly to spine. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Chandrasana. And exhale, fold. On the inhale, we're gonna grab our hula hoop as we flat back, lift up, bring that hula hoop behind you, lifting your back ribs up. Inhale, gaze to the sky, and exhale, relax the hula hoop behind your head, resting on your shoulders. Your hands are inside the hula hoop, palms facing out to the side walls. Chin parallel to the ground. Grounding through all four corners of the feet with a little bit of an emphasis on the inner feet. Thighs back, tailbone down, core engaged. Lifting through the chest to the sky. Long neck as you are breathing and exhaling through the crown of your head. Front ribs are meeting the back ribs. Take another inhale here. What brought you to be in your hula hoop today? What do you want to accomplish? Let's go ahead and grab our hula hoop. I call this the number 4 position when the hula hoop is behind your back, literally as if it is lifting your back ribs to the sky. It's nice to remember that we have back ribs, not just front ones. A lot of times we can inhale and round too much. So this hula hoop here is great to help you remember to breathe from both your front ribs and your back ribs, and lifting your heart to the sky and finding a little bit more elongation in your spine and lifting your torso off of your hips. So this is the number 4 position is what I call it. I have my elbows inside and my palms are facing to the outside of the hula hoop, but my hands are inside the hula hoop looking out. You can grab onto it if you'd like, or you can find a little bit more ease in your practice as you move along by just placing them in there. We'll inhale as you rise, lift those ribs. And we'll exhale, fold at the hips. You can bring your hula hoop back to your sacrum, allowing it to rest there, belly to spine, fold. We'll inhale, halfway rise. I kind of hug it like a balloon. And exhale, fold. We'll inhale, straight back, straight spine as we look up to the sky. Thank you, thank you. And exhale that hula hoop to the top of your head. Take a rest there. Allow your arms or your hands to find namaste at your heart. Allowing the hula hoop to just balance on top of your head. How does that feel? Have control of this grand circle. Drawing your thighs back, inner thighs towards one another, opening the pelvis, and then thinking of elongating your tailbone, which does bring a little bit of tension to our core, our beautiful, lovely core. This is all about a heart and mind and spirit, soul connection. So let's go ahead and bow. Thank you. Don't bow too much or else the hula hoop will fall. But bow internally to your heart. Let us have more of our heart in our decisions. Have this connection with our mind and our heart to help us through our daily life. Grab your thumbs in this prayer position and we'll pick up the hula hoop off of the top of our head. Bring that hula hoop down to your heart. Now we can truly bow to our heart, truly bow to our practice here. Bring those thumbs to your third eye. Help us to know the truth, not just feel the truth. Help us to really know. And help us to really know. Bring your hands up above the crown of your head. And ask to really know the truth by this communication, this channel. Let's go ahead and meet again in the number 4 position. We're going to inhale, rise, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, and exhale the hula hoop behind you. We're going to go ahead and you might have to step to the front of your mat. Then we're going to bring our right foot behind us through the hula hoop into a lunge. This hula hoop should be facing the front of your mat. You can put this hula hoop right up there on your very high inner thighs and your left hip. Drawing that left hip in and back, finding length through the right heel. And bend a little bit deeper. Left hip in and back. And then finding your right hip is a little bit drawing forward. And we will step that right foot to the front of the mat. Bringing the hula hoop in front of us. We'll now use drawing in that left hip in and back, thigh back, as we use the hula hoop to lift our right leg. Drawing the side down, back. If you'd like to see what it's like to put the hula hoop at the ball mound of your lifted leg, feel free to test that out. Try not to tuck your pelvis, try more to open it. Maybe test out what it's like to bring that foot out to the side. That didn't feel the best for my body, so I'm going to bring it back a little bit sooner. It's just nice to see what it feels like, range of motion. I'm going to go ahead and bring your right foot in. Keep that hula hoop underneath the thigh. I'm going to draw the heel up the left thigh, heel into the leg, and your outer left hip drawing in. Whee! If you fall out of it, who cares? It's all about play. That's right. If you spin the hula hoop in front of you, have the front of the hula hoop helping open up your knee. Externally rotating the top thigh. I'm lucky enough to have walls to catch me, which is really nice. Anyways, let's find the front of our mat again. Both feet on the ground, hula hoop whoop, behind us. Now it's time for us to bring our left foot through that hula hoop to a high lunge. Hula hoop under the right thigh. I like to put the hula hoop behind my head. And this hoop helps me remember, okay, I'm gonna bring that right hip forward because I want my hips to be exactly perpendicular with the hula hoop. So I'm gonna bring the right hip forward and the back hip forward, and the front hip in and back. So, and this one draws in and back. And you can use this hoop to find a little lift in your upper chest. Remembering to still breathe from the back ribs as well as the front ribs and core. And let's deepen the stretch by finding some length as if the back heel is drawing towards the back of the room. Finding a nice length in the left front thigh. And we'll walk that foot back up. And then bring that hula hoop underneath the left thigh as we draw in the right hip in and back as we draw this left foot up slowly. Again, maybe put your hula hoop on the ball mound of your foot, kind of using this hoop as a strap. Let's draw the lifted leg down, having the hips to be square, level. And just like the other one, if you played around with seeing what it's like to open up, go ahead and open up, remembering to draw in the standing leg. Draw it in and back. Whee! And then go ahead and bring that hula hoop and that foot back to the front of the room. Try your hardest not to tuck your pelvis, but more so to open it to the back of the room. Drawing that foot back in, we're gonna find tree pose with the hula hoop underneath our hip. And then let's draw the hoop so that it's helping open up that left, that left hip to the side. You can put your head underneath the hoop. I like to put my left hand through using my arm to kind of help open up the hoop, which opens up the thigh. And we'll come on out, maybe a little gracefully, more gracefully this time, maybe not as gracefully for you this time. We all have our own story. And let's bring that hula hoop behind us. Number 4 position. I'm gonna say, open up your heart to the sky. And inhale again here. And this time, you're gonna bring the hula hoop back. Try not to find too much of an arch. Keep your core engaged, your tailbone down. But we're gonna bring this hula hoop behind us to get a nice stretch in the collarbone area in your upper chest. It's a nice heart opener. And we're gonna stay here for a little bit. Get comfortable. If your hula hoop is really hurting you where it's placed, try to find somewhere that it can be placed that is comfortable. Maybe you need to bring your hands further in and then push the hula hoop back, and that will help make it not so intense. So you'll bring the hula hoop closer in, and then you'll keep it away from your body. But for a deeper stretch, you're gonna bring your hands as far down that hula hoop as you can. Again, please don't overarch. This is just don't arch in your low back. It's not about the low back. It's all about the thoracic and cervical spine up above, okay? So the top part of your spine. Grounded through all four corners of your feet. Energy lifting through your feet to your ankles, your shins, your knees, your thighs, your pelvis, your core, your ribs, your heart, your arms, your chest. Let's go ahead and bring our feet a little hip width apart, or if you have a mat, about whatever is comfortable for you. You can have them as far as you want, but I'm gonna keep them about this height or this width. We're gonna inhale one way and exhale the other way. And then let's stop and we'll inhale one way. Let's reverse it. Inhale and exhale. We don't want to make this too intense. I'm just trying to help you find a little movement with breath. In a minute here, we're going to get pretty crazy. If your arms are tingling, you need to take a break, go ahead, take a break, or lessen the stretch and bring your hands in a little bit more. But if you need to take a rest, go ahead, take a rest. Just bring your hula hoop down to your shins, or I'm sorry, your calves. But if you're liking this and you're liking the opening, keep going. So now, I know we're inhaling and exhaling one way, but now just take some deep breaths and find some movement. Maybe become an airplane with a hula hoop. Or maybe you want to take some spins. But right now, let's just inhale really deep and exhale. Maybe you want to find bent knees. Bring this hoop around. Whatever is good for you. And whatever your space allows, because let's run. It's just so nice to allow the hula hoop to open, help open up your chest, help open up your arms to receive. And let's bring that hoop back to the number 4 position. But this time we're going to lift the hoop up overhead. You're going to have your hands on the outside of the hula hoop, palms facing in. Again, if you want to grab it, that's fine, or if you want to just lightly hold it, whatever works for you. So lifting up out of the waist, straight back, long spine. Drawing in more with the pinkies, shoulder blades down the back, long arms, heart to the sky, core to spine, front ribs to back ribs. Find length in the side body, length in the torso, length in the spine, length in the heart and the arms, and your neck. And then wide-legged stance as we draw the hula hoop to one side. You can gaze underneath your forearm, underneath your armpit, hips towards the front of the room while your ribs are opening up a little bit towards the sky. Drawing that hula hoop as far over to that one side. Then we'll inhale, arms overhead to the middle. Exhale here. And inhale as we fold to the other side. Same thing as the last side. The hips towards the front of the room, your ribs turning a little bit towards the sky. And we'll inhale to center, bring that hula hoop down. I hope your arms are feeling it like mine are. And here we're gonna go ahead and have a wide stance again. Number 4 position, but this time it's gonna be a little bit lower on your back. It's not there on your back ribs, so low number 4. Just like we found some hip circles when we were in cat and cow pose on our hands and knees, we're gonna use this hula hoop to kind of massage our lower back while we draw our hips one way in a big circle. You can have bent knees if you'd like. You can have straight legs if you want as well. And then we're gonna reverse. We're gonna exhale as our bum goes back, then forward. And inhale forward. As if your hips are literally tracing the hula hoop. Your core is towards your spine, keeping it engaged. And let's fold over our legs, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Place that hula hoop on your sacrum, your inner thighs drawing in towards one another and towards the back of the room, finding more length through your hamstrings. You're grounding on all 4 corners of your feet with a little bit more emphasis on the inner thigh or the inner feet to help draw that energy for elongating your legs towards the back of the room. Now you can hold on to the hula hoop if you'd like, or you can go ahead and find peace fingers and place them around your big toes. And finding more length in the spine as you fold at the hips. If your hula hoop falls, go ahead and just place it back there again, or just allow it to be on the ground. And grab that hula hoop. Halfway inhale, exhale, fold again, and inhale all the way, rise.